Hi everyone, this is Susie Kwan with my What I Have Learned series in Online. Railroads Online. Okay, so I redid this. I'm going to show you what I've been doing for 2 weeks, other than being sick. Um, I redid this yard, did all these tracks in here, tore them all out except for the runaround track there. That's the same. Oh no, I tore that out too because I had to reroute it because I put these extra switches in there. I think I put one extra switch so that I could get the track behind the fuel depot or firewood depot. Okay, so all this has been replaced and I rerouted it. Nothing back over by the mill has changed. I put the communications house there. I did a lot more here. Um, I'm going to run this train out here and I'll show you some of it as we go. I tried to get Railroad Online extended to work with my video, but it didn't. It kept bouncing me out, so I couldn't get into the locomotive, and I don't know why that was happening. Oh, my locomotive's empty there. So I need to run that boiler. Otherwise, we're not going anyplace. Okay. So, let's head this way. We're going to lose probably a little bit of steam doing this, but we'll be all right. Okay, so nothing in here has changed. That's all the same. And nothing until we get to the S curve does anything really change on this route. I broke down and I did a trestle thing. I'm not a big fan of trestles because I think you should run on dirt or roadbed anyhow. Yeah, trestles are cool and all when they're functionally operating that particular way, but when damn near the whole route is made of trestles like we did going to the Ironman line, it gets, I don't know, it works, it just, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of trestles. I like trestles, and I like them when they're used in small, functional situations, but as far as having them as complete routes made out of trestles, no thank you. But I broke down and did it, so I needed to get my trains away from that 4% grade. Boy, that's going to be changed right there too. Engine. Okay, so up here, let me see if I can break this. Okay, this switch up here leads to the route that goes behind the smelter, and it's a high level route. So it goes at the same level as the river that comes over the waterfalls near the smelter. And it connects up at the other side of the 4% grade on this route where we're going right now. So, okay, we're back up to steam. I'm just running these cars down to the smelter because that's where they belong. It belongs in the 12-car train that handles the rails and the raw iron. So we'll just go down and drop these off. Been a little leery of these tracks lately because I've had way too many wrecks. And it wasn't because the rails were in the dirt where these wrecks happened. The rails were elevated, so can't blame it on that. Or I should say, the rails aren't in the terrain like that one right there. Okay, let's see, I gotta slow this down because I'm gonna make a switching maneuver here. Oh, this part must be fairly good grade right here because it starts to accelerate pretty good. Okay. We'll go back in here. No, I can throw those switches from the cab, I understand. Okay, brakes off. Oh. I didn't do anything in here, I don't think. I think that's all the way it was when we did the last video, so. But I did add a track back here. And you can see, if you look, there's a trestle in the background. So that shows you where I was running my high-level route there. And approaching up here is the Class 48 that I bought. And I need to turn the switch to... Yeah, you can go right from the cab and go like that. And I needed to do something else there. Darn thing, you can't see when it's disconnected or uncoupled. Disconnect. So, this is the track I added here. I don't think I had this the last time I had the video, or made a video. Also, there's a tree I gotta remove there. I want to change this track up in here so that this kind of rolls right on in there instead of going up the straightaway. Not sure I can do it or not, but I'm going to try it. I want to run this engine up to the coal miner. Yeah. No, I want to run it to, I remember now. I want to run it to the warehouse, or freight house, to buy boxcars. Because I'm ready to transfer those crates tool crates, because boxcars are what transports them. Okay, here we go again. I can't get into the locomotive. This is what I ran into the last time I tried to make this video. I don't know what's causing it. I thought it was my little pad, but it's on. It's on and it's functioning. Let me try running it without the power on it. I know that sounds weird, but nope, it still won't work. And there we go. There. I don't know what's causing that. Computers are weird, you know? Keep bumping my mic too. Sorry about that. So we're going to run up to the freight depot, which I didn't do any track work or anything there either. Once we get there, I'll show you a few other things I did. But the high level route, you can see it up there. There's a trestle right up here. And there's another one over here. And that goes all the way around. You can see the track right there. And I think that's about all we can see right now. I think this is out as far as it will go. We'll take a look once we get up here a little further. It does not like this incline. Smoke gets in the way. But there's the trestle, and this, I'm getting trees in the way. This runs across here, and then it connects up to that top of the S-curve up here. Smoke's just getting in the way. Can't see it anyhow. But back this way, it's not trestle. It's up on a plateau. But all that from there all the way around is mostly trestle. Because that is some rough terrain right there. I see part of my problem. My calculator came up for some reason. But by doing that, it fixed my problem with I think the calculator was getting in the way because the thing that I'm controlling the HUD with and walking and unloading cars and so on and so forth. Most of the controls are done off this keypad, which is actually a number pad. So that would be associated with the calculator, which I just found out is up on the screen and I took it off. I got two monitors. One's a small one, and then this one's the 20 by 60 by 1440, and then it does stuff like that. I have no idea why that happens. I've been trying to find out how to stop it, but as long as I leave that on, that window with the command prompt in it, I'm fine. But it doesn't do it again. But if I close the window, it eventually wants to put the command prompt up there again. I have no idea what's causing it. I can't find it. Nobody's giving me a good explanation on how to eliminate it. And the other thing, the Railroad Extended is nice because you can flip switches. Okay, it cuts you off from Railroad Online, but you can operate the switches remotely from there, which is kind of nice. I didn't get close enough to flip that one. So we're going to go to the warehouse. We need to go that way. Oh, something I wanted to mention. See these little things right here? Those are pole pockets. What they use it for, they took a big wooden pole, round, cylindrical pole. It was probably 10, 12 feet long, somewhere in that area. And they would put it in that pocket, and then the brakeman would go along with the engine until the other end of the pole was hooked up on the car that had the same pockets on it. And what they would do is they would push the cars on another track without having to go on that track with the locomotive. I'm sure there was probably more to it, but that was what I learned a long time ago, what those were for. There's pictures of it somewhere, and it actually showed a guy operating those pockets. I think they're called pockets, pull pockets. And all they did use them for was to push things around with the locomotive without coupling to them. Yeah, early days of railroading were kind of crazy. They had all kinds of inventions, like mechanical brakes. Now we use air brakes. They're all air brakes. Or some sort of hydraulic brake. But most of them use air brakes. And those are weird. You think, well, when you apply the pressure to the system, it's applying the brakes, but it's not. It's backing the brake off. I don't know how to explain it. The spring tension on the shoes is what actually does the braking. The air, that's because of emergency stop situations. If the airlines were to lose pressure, then the brakes would all go on automatically because of the spring pressure. So what happens is air pressure, all it's doing is fighting the spring pressure, but the spring pressure is enough that it holds that shoe or whatever to the wheel or whatever and holds it with extreme pressure to when it's on full. Okay, I gotta flip the switch because I'm not in extended to do it for me on the map. So it's the same thing with truck brakes. Semi-truck brakes and fairly good-sized trucks that have air braking systems. It's the same way with that too. The air pressure is to back the brakes off, not to put them on. And the reason for that is it's a safety. If the air pressure goes to zero, then the brakes come on and it stops the train or the truck from moving. It's more of a safety feature than anything. So they just did it backwards to make it safe. And that was part of the original system that George Westinghouse made. Well, anyhow, as soon as we get over here. Yeah, I know the climax is kind of slow, but I don't want to deal with tenders. I'd rather use a self-contained locomotive. And there's only 4 on the whole collection of locomotives that can do that. Climax, Chrysler, Shea, and Class 48. The rest all have tenders, I believe. And again, like I said before, I think they spend too much time on locomotives. They got enough now that you really don't need more locomotives. You need more infrastructure, things that we can do that the railroads were involved in, like, yeah, I don't know, this thing's wrong. Like vegetable. I know that's not part of a wood type railroad. What do you call them? Oh, jeez. Now my brain's going dead. Um, a logging railroad. I realize that that's not part of a logging railroad, but also oil isn't part of a logging railroad. So, okay, um, you could have like sugar beet production or aggregates. All kinds of aggregates are available. Um, just saying, and because we really don't need new locomotives. We need more fun things to do with the locomotives. I didn't buy this program to look at pretty engines. I bought it to be because it was functional and you actually could do something with the cars and stuff that like um, train simulating. What a waste of time. That's all. All they do is make routes that are made for passengers. There's hardly any freight runs that they make. I'm not saying that they don't make them. I'm saying that they make fewer um, freight routes than they do passenger. And so you lose the fun of maneuvering cars around. And again, that's just a pretty show of engines, and locomotives and cars and stuff. There's no really, it's point-to-point passenger runs mostly. So anyhow, back to our game. And I'll get off my soapbox. But I think functionality is the way it should go. Operations. Freight has the most opportunities for operations. So we're going to need tankers. And we're going to need boxcars. But not too sure about getting the tankers just now. Okay, so the way I numbered stuff was I went 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1,000, or whatever. So this box card will be in the thousands. So this is going to be 1,000 NWRR, which is the railroad. And that's all you get. And they're $9.50 a piece. Damn good thing I got some money. I think the tankers are the same way. Yeah, $1,400 a piece. That's why I won't buy them right now. $14.50. Ridiculous. But it gives you something to work for. And I have 22,000. So I should be able to buy some box cars. And back to what we were doing. One NWRR. Oh, you can change the color of them too. But I just stick with whatever comes up first. I'm not real picky. See, more red. Capacities are listed. I suppose that would look nicer with the capacities listed. Now the other ones, oops. Now the other ones are gonna look funny without the numbers on the side. Okay, it was one. There's three of them. That's 1,002. I did it again. I hit the control key. Let's make sure we got this right. That's 2. This should be 3. This is 1, and that, or 0, and this is 1. Okay, so now we got box cars. And I need 2 more, but I'm gonna have to. Oh, I need to get this engine in here. Pick this one car out of here, because otherwise I won't get 6. And the nice thing is they put the brakes on when the car is set down, so that it's a little easier to couple to. And I set them at 10%. Just so they have a little drag in case they get going wild on me. They'll eventually slow down enough to not give me a whole lot of trouble. Eat that bird. So we'll sit here and then we'll do another one. And that was 1,003, so this is going to be 1,004. Okay, so now we should have another car down here. Oops. Plugs in there. Lincoln pin. Do the same with these, because they gotta do same thing. And then I gotta buy one. So this will be 1,005. Okay, we should have 6 cars now. Okay, so what I'm getting the box cars for is to go over to the ironwork, and what we need at the ironwork is both box cars and log cars, because the log cars will hold the pipes, and these box cars will hold the crates, tool crates. Okay. And a little bit there. Just checking, make sure the cars are a little tight. Wish you could turn this thing from down here. I can't get it to turn. Hate climbing that ladder. See, you can go over it. Okay. Look, I need to refire. That thing doesn't always click when you click it. I was checking the coupling and what cars we were going to pick up and so on and so forth. Okay. I was struggling because both those box cars have 100% brakes on. Okay. Ready to go. Last two. Alright, so we don't have to go all the way around. We can go down this track here to get to the ironworks. I don't think I've used that track a whole lot. I wish I had a fireman. I didn't have to walk all the way back here and do this. It's right on you. And all that is click and sideways motion of the mouth. You don't even need a whole big swing. You just need a little bit of a bump. But you have to click it first and then bump it. Same thing works on the firebox doors. So the coal and iron mine chutes and the water towers all work with a click and pull down or click or push up. And then you can guide them left, the water towers you can guide left and right. But the chutes at the coal mine and the iron mine are just up and down. And you can short stroke those two, like I've shown in my videos before. You can short stroke them to make loading a lot faster. Yes, instead of letting the chute just hang there and drop in and count the number of watch the numbers on the towers go down. You just count the number of balls or square blocks coming out of the chute. As you load the car, each car takes 10. A lot of distant travel, but that's the way railroads were. I mean, this is a little faster too, but that's just the way things were. I know there's a lot faster locomotives in this game, but I want to deal with the tenders and also those front couplers on the cow catchers, or pilots as they're called. The Climax has a pilot of sorts, but it's more of a functional unit than just something to scrape things off the tracks. So I'm just going to back this up to the ironworks, and I'm going to end the video there. I just wanted to show, I'll show you some of the other stuff I did too. It's not much. I didn't do much here at all, I don't think. Because the ironworks didn't need it. I did do, let's see, where else did I did a little work at the logging camp. I put in another runaround track and extended the logging dock track, okay, I'm going to stop there, to accommodate, too far out, to accommodate more cars so I can put a 12-car train in there without much problem. It doesn't work that efficient, but it's a lot better than it was. You still have to break the train down. Oops, wrong side. Oh, I can get in, but I can't get out. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I need to be off of that switch and back these up in there. So anyhow, I extended the track there so that I could put a 12-car train in there and get most of the cars loaded. You're limited because the track runs, the access track coming to the logging camp is in the way of the end of the dock track. So what we need here is we need these boxcars, and then we need to go back and get some logging cars and bring them up and collect pipes on them. And then the pipes go to both the oil refinery and the oil fields. I want to put another track in here for, not necessarily just run around, but for storage too. That was the idea of the tracks up in the logging camp too. So let's go, I'll show you the logging camp. Okay, so here I extended this track out. You can see it already. I'll just go up here so you can see it. It goes darn near to the tracks. And I added a passing siding over here, run around track. Back here. That's it. And then, this was redone. It is a junction. This is the track that runs downhill. That's the 4% right there. And then this is a loop going up to the iron mine. And it has 2 switches on it that help or connect the high level route that way. And then this way it goes to the coal mine. I put this passing siding in so that it could avoid, trains going to the coal mine could avoid the switches. So, I'm going to go down here and see if you can see more of the route. I'd run a train across it, but I don't have anything ready. There's a waterfall there. You still can't see any of it. too far away. There's the stack at the smelter. It's just too far away, but that's where it runs, right along there. And it comes across over to here. And then I had this little jewel added. Wood or fuel depot refueling stop on the way to the coal mine. That way goes to the junction, and then this one goes to the coal mine. And I don't believe I did anything up at the coal mine any different than what was already there. I believe all this track was here before, so. The only thing I did was I changed some of these tracks down here to smooth the curves out a little bit so the cars didn't jump so much. Cars and the locomotive didn't jump as much as it had been. This one got a little bit too tight. I probably could have did this a little better. But to get this like 50-meter radius, I had to really sacrifice some radius on another track, so I don't know whether it was worth it or not. But at least if it dumps the cars, it's not going to dump them over the side. And then the other thing I did was down here. Not this. I should get rid of that curve right there. Smooth it out. This right here. I went out further instead of staying close to the wall. I went out further. And that made the curve a little bit bigger, so it's smoother. And then down here, instead of going straight down this incline, I went off to the left here. And so I could have a bigger, smoother curve here. But most of it's smoother, but this part down here is like 35 meter. It's pretty tight. So that's that, and that's all I did in the 2 weeks that I was gone. And I was sick for a few days. But other than that, that's what I got going, And, if you like the video, click the like button. If you don't like it, click the you don't like button. And I'd really appreciate more comments, but I guess everybody's tight-lipped. It would be nice to know what you guys think about what I'm doing. Negative or positive, just be courteous about how you say it. Otherwise, I'm not going to put it up. Negative comments that aren't constructive. Negative comments that are constructive will be used. But negative comments that are just abusive, I won't use them. I'll take them down. And then there's that subscription button. Be nice to see. There were a few more subscriptions this time, and I really appreciate that. And then there's the notification bell that lets you know when I bring up another video. So, till next time, you guys take care. I'm glad you stick with it here with me on this channel, and hope you come back often. And we'll see you later. Toodles.